What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Let me entertain you. Are you not entertained? This week's shows. Oh, today on the program, I have Jason Hertl. Jason Hertl from the Hostile Within. Yeah, Jason Hertl. What? You don't know who Hostile Within is? What? You don't know who Hostile Within? Well, you're going to find out in the next few minutes, so stick around. This week's shows, I will be at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, my regular Friday night gig. It's the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. You never know what you're going to get. Video dance party, karaoke jam. Yeah, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. Yeah, you are the stars of the show. I'm just pushing buttons over here. And they got a full bar. The kitchen's open, pool tables. They got a pool tournament on Friday night. So if you want to try to make some money, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Do it. Do it. That's my one public show. Then on Saturday nights, Saturdays are always made for private parties, events, weddings. Yeah, check availability at DJLittleRock.com. So excited. Weddings are coming back, baby. All right, speaking of entertainment, let's get into it with Jason Hertl of the Hostile Within. Skyping Jason Hertl now. There he is.
That's it.
We are smarter than the machines, man. No kids can take us down. We can handle this. We grew up a long time ago and into now. I don't need a 15-year-old to teach me how to Skype. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
What's up, Jason Hertl?
What's going on, man?
Hostile Within.
That's right.
Well, what brings you, man? Tell the people who you are.
I'm the drummer for Hostile Within. We are I guess you would classify us as rock to hard rock. Somewhere in the Breaking Benjamin to, sometimes a little heavier.
Now that's the blurb on your website, on your it might be on your Facebook too, but I think it's on your Twitter for sure, Hostile Within, and I have the @Hostile Within if people want to follow along in their reading materials as we're podcasting and finding out more about Hostile Within. Now, I did get to listen to a few videos. I don't do a lot of research on these things because I want to learn from the people that I'm talking to, and right now I'm learning from you, my man.
Okay.
And I want to learn, how did Jason Hertl become the backbeat for the Hostile Within? Where did it start? Where did it all begin?
Very interesting question. About 7 years ago, me and our lead guitarist, his name's Jason, also Jason Hardesty. Me and him played in a band together for about 4 years. And once that band split up, our singer, Billy Sadler, I had known him since high school. And we had always talked about being in bands. We were always in different bands, and it finally worked out. And I was looking for a singer, and me and the guitar player wanted to stay together. And the bass player, he's really solid. Jeff, I'd been in a band with him years ago too. Everything fell into place.
All right, Jason.
It took a little time, but it all worked out.
How do you differentiate the two Jasons? If the two Jasons are calling for each other, or if people are calling you Jason or other Jason, well, how do they differentiate?
We always call each other by last name. That's what the band does.
That's a manly man thing to do. What up, Hertl?
Yeah, it works. It works.
I get it. I figured you might have, just like odd nicknames like Turd Burger, stuff like that.
Well, he calls me Turtle Man sometimes.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Normally it's Hardesty or Hertl, one or the other.
Oh, okay. I get it. Hertl, Turtle.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got
It's a one step, it really is. And it's funny how nicknames come about, man. But you say Breaking Benjamin, and I did listen to a few of your tracks on the YouTube, which is available out there. And you do have your music out there on Reverb Nation. It's all on the website, hostilewithin.com. And I want to thank the nice people at 434 Management for putting this together. I did have Derek on the podcast before, and he's a nice man to talk to. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting up with Paul Crosby, but I noticed that they like to hang in the rock genre. How did you get involved with them?
I'd actually heard about them word of mouth, and me and Derek actually been talking close to a year. But when the COVID thing hit, we waited for a little while to see what we were going to do. But it just seemed like the next big step. And me and Derek get along, talk all the time, and there's always something going on.
All right. And where are you located out of?
We are like close to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and part of us, and based out of Virginia Beach. That's pretty much where we say our base is. That's where we play most of our shows, and basically a Virginia Beach band. Are
you a traveling band? Are you a band that wants to go from festival to festival, or do you all have families?
Yes, we definitely want to. That's what we're working on now. Derek's going to have us doing some stuff in New Orleans. I do know that. We're looking into all kinds of festivals right now. That's another reason why we wanted to get with 434 and take the next big step and, look into some labels and, just do the biggest stuff we can do.
Yeah, a lot of times, Jason, people that get into bands, when they're young, and you say it's been 7 years. I'm guessing you've already said you were in bands a lot longer than that, but it's been 7 years for the Hostile Within project. But at a certain point, you become family men, and it's hard to get away from home. Does anybody have problems with getting away from home, or do your wives pretty much say, "Get out of here"?
Well, everybody pretty much understands that we take it seriously. Everybody, of course, has jobs, and that can make it a little harder sometimes. So basically, right off the bat, if we're doing like we want to do some touring, but it'll be like a week here, 2 weeks tops. Until we can, pay the bills, then, we'll do what we got to do.
It's nice to have a day job. I've said it before on the podcast. The day jobs afford you the insurance that the night job just might not give you. Hey, for those that are watching the video version of this, we're looking pretty much right up your nose. If you could sit that phone right in front of you and just have it stable. Look at him. He's wearing the KISS shirt. Are you in the KISS Army?
I'm definitely in the KISS Army. That's what got me into rock and roll when I was, believe it or not, 4 years old.
Dude, pan out even further, because I'm looking. You got some KISS artwork behind you.
Oh, I've got all kinds of stuff, man. I've even got guitars, and I'm a drummer. I've got the Broken Mirror Paul Stanley guitar. I've got the Axe bass. I've got all kinds of stuff.
When I was collecting KISS records, when I was just a little baby DJ back in the 80s, I collected the 4 solo records just so I can get the jigsaw puzzle posters that could fit on my wall like a jigsaw puzzle. Each individual member had their own poster in their individual. Man, marketing is something that KISS. I don't think any other band in the world has ever done marketing the way that KISS does, and in particular, Gene Simmons. That man has more KISS memorabilia than anybody else. Arguably.
I've even got Gene Simmons vodka, and he doesn't drink alcohol.
He's a good Jewish boy. He's a good boy.
That's right.
I don't even think it's particularly Jewish. He just doesn't drink alcohol, and I think he partied before, but he gave it up. Over the years,
he says he didn't, but who knows?
Hey, look, I have to believe him. I have to take him at face value. Definitely one of the heroes in my upbringing is KISS. They made all kinds of different records. It wasn't just one kind of record. They even delved into the disco. Do you remember the disco song?
I do, of course. I was made for loving you.
I was made for loving you, baby.
They still play that today, and the people that criticize it, they still sing along.
What do you mean they? I am the DJ on Friday nights that will whip out.
Okay.
Somebody
you go.
says, "Hey, play something by Kiss." I'm not playing rock and roll all night. No,
No,
I'm playing "I Was
Like,
Made for Loving You."
yeah, yeah. You got to put something else.
Yeah, yes, rock and roll all night was their biggest, but you got to play some stuff, man. What's your favorite song by Kiss?
That is a very, very hard question. I'll name a couple. I would say, of course, the ultimate intro is Detroit Rock City. I would have to say Love Gun, God of Thunder. It's hard. It's hard to say. I Stole Your Love.
Okay, drummer. All right, Mr. Drummer. Favorite drummer in Kiss?
Eric Carr.
Eric Carr, not Peter Criss.
Peter Criss. I mean, he did some interesting things, but he was never my influence. Really, when I started playing drums, Eric Carr had that kind of John Bonham feel, and it was more of a just more rock. I don't know how to explain it. That was just more my style.
Well, me not being a drummer, the backbeat is always the metronome, the guy that sets the tone, the pace for the songs. Yeah. If you watch the movie about a fake band, oh my gosh, what was the one with the Wonders? With Tom Hanks was in it, and
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of what it is. So.
You doing that thing you do, and it was a fake band, but the backbeat, they called him Shades, I think, because he had to wear sunglasses to give himself that feel. But the artist, the singer, had written a ballad called "That Thing You Do," and I think it was really written by another band that had a one hit. They were a one hit wonder. I know it'll come to me as soon as I think about it. As soon as we turn this podcast off, I'll think about it. But there was a one hit wonder that entered a contest to write a song for this movie called "That Thing You Do," and the singer supposedly wrote it as a ballad, but the drummer played it real fast. Played it real fast, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing? You're going too fast." Have you ever had that problem collaborating with various singers, songwriters, or do you write some of the songs, or do you write all the songs?
Everybody, I think runs into that problem sometimes. We collaborate. Now, when we first got together, there was a whole lot of our singer Billy might bring a song in that was pretty much put together. Then we kind of put, our influence in on it. Me and my guitar player had brought a couple songs in. We had helped record with our previous band, and kind of, made things different, made it the Hostile Within way. But right now we're collaborating a lot more. Like somebody will come in with a riff, I'll put in a drum beat and we'll put some lyrics to it, or, I don't know. It's a lot more of a, doing everything together now.
Okay.
So,
but
things are coming out a lot more interesting.
Okay, the original two members was you and a friend that were in another band before that?
Well, we knew we wanted to do something. We knew we wanted to do something different, and I called Billy, and Billy was looking to do something. So just everything fell into place all at once. It happened really fast.
Okay. Man, I'm trying to figure out who wrote the Wonders song. It's stuck in my head. I like to give facts. I like to teach people as we go along. But I can't figure it out. Written by Tom Hanks, that was the movie. Music by Howard Shore of Saturday Night Live. Huh? Howard Shore was the original band leader in Saturday Night Live back in the 70s.
Oh wow!
Yeah, how about that? Well, either way, I know I took us off on a different tangent, but I like learning about people and how they got influenced. Because for some reason, I think of the drummers. And that movie really affected me because it had a good backbeat. And there was another movie called Backbeat, which is loosely based on the Beatles. Any movies or, other influences on you as a drummer? I've been fascinated by drummers. And do you like regular skins or have you delved into the electronic versions?
Not much into the electronic stuff. I've mainly just been into normal rock drummers. Of course, I like Neil Peart, or Neil Peart, if I wanted to say that correctly. John Bonham. I've liked all of Kiss's drummers as far as, Peter Criss, I did like him. I love Eric Carr, was my main influence. Eric Singer, who plays the drums now, is just fantastic.
See, I didn't know the lineup, how it's changed. Why is it they change drummers so often? Because the front three
Eric Carr passed away.
Oh, okay. I do know that.
He passed away in like 91. And Eric Singer came in. Then they brought the original lineup back together for, I think 5 going on 6 years. And then Eric Singer came back.
Okay. See, getting a little bit more in depth on Kiss and the original. 4 years old. What were you doing in Kiss, and what did your parents think about that?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't even know. I guess I saw them on TV, but it wasn't the typical. I liked it because of the face paint or whatever. I love the music. I was listening to Kiss Alive just over and over again. And then, of course, I was fascinated with the makeup. And, you go to kindergarten and you're drawing Kiss pictures, and teachers look at you kind of funny. But, I laugh about it now.
Favorite Kiss makeup. And did you ever dress up for Halloween?
Oh, yeah. I've been every member. But favorite's always been Gene.
Yeah, it's so symmetrical. Yeah. That
it's definitely the coolest.
Yeah, it's big. It's it's a dragon. It's very symmetrical. If you're Paul Stanley, got the 1 star, and you're like, it doesn't balance out so well. If you're OCD, man, that's really gonna knock your world off its axis.
Yeah, exactly.
But other influences, man, and did your mom and dad let you put posters up there on the wall? What were the posters you had on the wall?
Yeah, I was into everything from later on from Kiss, Guns N' Roses. Had some Motley Crue in there. Then later on, Metallica was a big time influence. But I listened to everything from regular rock to real heavy stuff. I like Killswitch Engage to Slipknot, of course. And,
wait. What's the other one? The Slipknot I've heard of, but what was the other one?
Killswitch Engage.
Okay. I've heard of Killswitch, but Engage, I think I need to dig deep into my heavy metal repertoire.
No, that's the same band.
Okay.
Killswitch Engage.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I thought Killswitch was one band. Huh. Okay. Well, now I know. And I know on Friday nights I get to play at a club called The Rab here in Conway, Arkansas. And I get to pick out, what theme that I want to do. And most of the time, whatever podcast I was doing and whatever singers that I've had on the podcast throughout the week, I throw them up on the playlist, on the rotation as I'm doing my show. And invariably people go, who is that? Especially if they have a video or like a lyric video that's been put up. Yeah. And I know you have some videos out there, so I can definitely put those up on the screen, and they'll go, who is that? And I go, well, that's Hostile Within. That's Hostile Within. Look them up.
Yeah, learn it. Check them out.
Learn it, know it, love it.
Exactly.
So tell who's writing the majority of the songs? And you say it's a collaboration. Did you start writing songs, and when did you know you had that aptitude?
No. Like I said, we would all come together. The one video that was real big was called "Wasted Time." That song. Me and my guitar player had helped with that song in a different band, and then Billy put his twist on it, and sang it, and did a few different guitar parts, did it his own way. Billy's come in with several songs that were his, that were, it's got to have the right melody. So the singer's got to be happy. So he would have, he's got his style of writing, but now we're starting to write, he'll get his melody, and we'll get, the rhythms are starting to change a little bit, get a little more aggressive, but still melodic. That's the key. It's got to be melodic.
Gotta be melodic.
That makes everybody happy. It's got to have that strong chorus.
It's not that hard, metal. Yeah. You can actually tell what the lyrics are. I mean, there's a place for that thrash metal. There's always a place for the speed metal, and I have to take it in doses. I can't listen to it, for hours and hours on end. Some people can do that, and I think that it's it might be just my opinion, but the people with a lot of frustrations, you put that thrust metal on, and you just get it all out of your head. But I think any kind of music that really resonates with you can make you feel a certain kind of way. Now, from what I'm looking at, you have your YouTube, and you said that Wasted Time. Hey, it's at least 6 years ago, so that's apparently one of the songs that you first put together as the Hostile Within.
Yeah, we recorded it. We put it out on the EP about 5 years ago, and then released the video like 2 years ago. And that's the YouTube video's got almost close to 69,000 views. It's got close to 200,000 streams on Spotify. And Feel the Pain we put out the end of last year, and that's doing really well. We got a lyric video for that. That was very well produced, and we're very happy with that. We're going to use the same studio, same producer for our new material.
Very good. Now, Hostile Within, is it primarily a cover band or primarily originals or 80-20, 50-50?
Originals, depending on what show we're playing, we may throw in, a cover or two. We may throw in a Breaking Benjamin or Guns N' Roses or something like that.
Yeah, just kind of give it up to the people that may have influenced you a little bit. Who's the Breaking Benjamin fan? I already know you're the Kiss fan. Who's into the Breaking Benjamin?
Billy Sadler, our singer, huge Breaking Benjamin fan. He's not so much a Kiss fan, and we joke about that back and forth all the time. And my lead guitarist, Jason Hardesty, he's huge Guns N' Roses fan. And I'm a huge Guns N' Roses fan, so we definitely agree on that. His guitar playing, you can definitely hear that.
Very good. Well, so you've already talked about Neil Peart, the late great.
Wish I could play like that.
Yeah, and he had a drum kit that was amazing, and Tommy Lee of Motley Crue also had that drum kit where he wasn't lacking for drums. Oh, what kind of setup do you like as a drummer?
I used to have a double bass Pearl set, but the more gigs you play, I'd always heard this and never believed it, but the more gigs you play, years and years go by, and the older you get, the less drums you want to carry around. So now I do play a 7-piece, but it's right now I'm doing I did the Pearl for a long time and do the double bass pedal instead of double bass kit. Now I'm playing the PDP, which is a version of DW.
See that,
and very happy with that.
That makes a lot of sense. I've been looking for a roadie since '86. Well, what year did you graduate high school?
Man, we're not supposed to talk about that.
Yeah, we are. I'm 52 years old, man. Once I got to 50 years old, I always thought, hey, entertainers have a short shelf life. And once you get to a certain age, people aren't going to want to have you at their parties. But if you rock, you rock, man.
And the music industry has changed so much. Like, it's funny you bring that up. A buddy of mine asked me a long time ago. He was like, at what age are you going to give up? And, just not do it or join a cover band or just do it for fun or whatever. And I said 35. I'm older than 35.
Every year I wonder, hey, can I still DJ? Should I give this up? And then I do another prom. I do another Sweet 16, and I still resonate with the kids. And I know by saying with the kids, I just became a lot older. These kids with their new music. I dig it. I can dig it. And I'm with it, man. As long as you can rock, you rock, man.
Well, as long as you put stuff out and people like it, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, don't give it up. I guess. Well, I got some friends get the arthritis, man. That's the problem when your body starts breaking down. That
would definitely be an issue if you get on the road and that starts happening. But so far so good.
All right, what's the uniform for the band? I'm looking at some of the videos and t-shirt. Or do you go almost nude like Tommy Lee? And
not quite that bad. Basically, I don't know. I normally have on. I don't mean to sound 80s or anything like that, but just like ripped jeans and a black shirt, whatever's, you'll normally see black T-shirts for sure.
Yeah,
and they sell really well at the show too. We have a lot of merch.
Well, from what I'm getting, and I know you're not giving exact ages, but you came up in the '90s. The Kiss was pretty much in the late '70s, early '80s. Yep. That was their heyday. But then Guns N' Roses.
We saw a lot in the '80s too. We were huge. Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue. We went through all that, and then moved on to, always listen to that, but Metallica, big influence.
Well, pre-Hostile Within, Jason, what was the, what kind of trouble you get into band-wise? And even before that, what were you doing in school, man? You said 4 years old, you got into Kiss, but when did you pick up your first instrument or start beating on your first skins besides the table at school that drives all the teachers crazy?
Yeah, I never, right at first, I didn't want to be a drummer. I really wanted to be like a guitarist or, if not lead, rhythm guitarist. And I couldn't sing. That would have been great. But when I was 11, I had to make a choice. I was like, I didn't have the patience for guitar. So marching band comes along. I'm like, okay, I'll try the snare drum. And I'm like, it's okay. My parents bought me a drum set. And that was frustrating at first, but I kept on, and I watched my Kiss videos and Motley Crue, and just eventually things started falling into place.
Man, I was such a perpetrator in school. I never learned how to play an instrument, but I carried some purple drumsticks in my back pocket, thinking I looked cool when I was trying to find my look, and I wore polo shirts, and I wore Hawaiian shirts, and I wore cowboy shirts, and I wore parachute pants. Yes, I did.
I did that one time.
Yeah, I was trying to get my look. I was a break dancer, but I had purple sticks in my back pocket for some reason, and every once in a while I'd beat on the walls, and I really wanted to be just like you, man. I wanted to be a drummer, and I never got into the band. I was
always wearing a band T-shirt. It was some kind of a band. In high school, they were just like, God, that's all this guy wears, But I always had some kind of band on.
All right,
so it's always been about music for me.
Music, nothing else. Any other extracurriculars, or were you in the swim team or wrestler?
No, I watch wrestling on TV.
Who's your guys?
Still do.
Yeah, who's your wrestling fan?
Oh, the number one, the greatest of all time is Ric Flair.
Woo!
Greatest of all time. Exactly.
Give us your best woo.
And woo! And that comes out a lot better after a few drinks. and the strut and everything.
Man, I'm a one-time wrestling announcer. Well, I guess you can count. I did midget wrestling too here in.
You sound like you'd be a good wrestling announcer.
But are you allowed to say midget wrestling anymore? I don't know. Here in Conway,
you're not supposed to, but I would have said it too.
But the Independent Wrestling Zone, I think it's now defunct down in South Florida, in Miami, where I was, and their biggest name they had Tito Puente Jr. He was wrestling for some reason, and then they had Bruce Santino. Oh, and the Iron Sheik. No, not that Iron Sheik. The new Iron Sheik, who asked the family of the dearly departed Iron Sheik if he could take on the name, and he even carried the spike. So, one of my jobs as the wrestling announcer was to get hit in the back with a chair, and then go, "Oh, I got to get out of here," and then get out of the ring. Yes, it's a lot of theatrics, man, but it's a whole lot of fun, man.
A lot of fun.
I think it was something I probably could have gotten into it. Really, it's very energetic. It's very athletic, but it's not like boxing where you really get hurt, man.
Yeah.
If you do it right, you won't get hurt being a professional wrestler.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you might watch a 2-hour show, and you might see an hour that was really good, So it's like one of your buddies that's not into it happens to turn and watch that part. They're like, "Oh, that sucks." You know.
Man, I remember growing up that we had Dusty Rhodes, and I think Dusty Rhodes broke his arm one time, or at least he wore a cast, and it seemed
Yeah.
like his arm was broken for like 6 years because he would
Yeah.
bang
Oh,
people
yeah.
in the head with that thing.
Yeah, slow healer, man.
But it was a weapon, man. He just kept
Yeah,
on
that's
banging
right.
people
That's
in the head with that thing. Oh,
Yeah, I used to say wrestling was the dumbest thing ever, and I turned it on one day, and I saw Ric Flair, and I was like, from that point on, I kind of got hooked on it a little bit.
yeah, the theatrics of it, man. I even watched the Glow show when it first came out back in the 80s. And then here there's a whole mini series on Glow with the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. You know, yeah, it's fantastic, man. And it's not exactly what the Glow was, but it's a reimagining of what they are. I'd love to see them do that with actual, like wrestling. Do another mini series on behind the scenes, but I think that would give up the magic, right? The behind the scenes.
Well, I love to get one of our songs, on a wrestling show. How cool would that be?
Dude, all you have to do is keep writing. What have you done to get your song in there? Just keep writing to one of your favorite wrestlers and say, "Hey, man,
keep sending it. Hey, check this out."
Could you use this as your entrance song? And man, that could blast you into a whole nother level. That would be fantastic. So what are you open to? Are you open to putting your music in video games like I play a lot of Fortnite.
Anything. We just want to be heard, man. Just want to be heard. And we've opened for quite a few national bands. We've opened for Bad Wolves, Puddle of Mud, Non-Point. That was a really good show. All That Remains, Saliva. You were bringing up Paul a little bit ago. We opened up for them one time. It's been all kinds of stuff. So we're really hoping to continue doing that, and I'd love to get on a tour where we could just do it night after night. Even if it was a limited time, just here and there, that would be awesome.
Well, in that 7 years, what kind of gigs were you doing? Have you ever been on a tour further away from the Virginia, North Carolina area?
Yeah. We do like Virginia Beach, Richmond, Virginia. We've been to Baltimore, but we'd like to take it, quite a bit further.
What are the traveling plans? Do you get on planes, or you get all in a bus? What are you doing?
It'll be probably a bus or a van with a trailer is what it'll come down to. But we're all about doing some stuff on the East Coast. Start on the East Coast, and I'd love to play in New York. I'd love to. There's just so many places.
I haven't been far north of the Mason-Dixon line myself, I'd love to get to New York City. I'm from Miami, and here I am in Arkansas, central Arkansas, and I'd love to get up there.
I'd love to go to Miami, too.
Oh,
I'd love to play there.
I miss the beach so much, man. And the Florida Keys, that's where Keys Dan comes from. That's where, my mom and grandma are down there.
Well, that makes okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, a lot of people go, oh, Keys, like musical keys. Yeah, that's what it's kind of become. Yeah. But, and then I moved to Arkansas, and I never gave it up. I have about 500,000 pages on my website. I don't want to change it now because I have to change Keys Dan to what? Arkansas Dan? DJ Little Rock?
Yeah, you got to keep Keys Dan. That's it.
But all right, Jason Hertl, man, the drummer, the backbeat of the band, hanging out. Hostile Within. How'd that name come about?
Yeah, my guitar player will be so happy that you're saying hostile, because the rest of us say hostile within.
That's the place where foreigners go to shower.
Not really pissed off, but he's always the one. No, it's hostile, and we always joke about it. And as long as you're saying our name, we don't care if you say hostile, hostel, say it however you want.
Well, hostel is what I used to stay in when I was down in Key West, with all the Europeans, you stay in the hostel. and all your stuff gets stolen unless you keep it close with you in a little bag,
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're in your early 20s. You travel.
Yeah.
Travel around.
That's what you're supposed to do.
But Hostile Within, how'd that name come about?
I believe it was our guitarist. He knew he wanted to have the name Hostile in something. And I was like, well, I didn't mind it, but I was like, it kind of makes us sound a little heavier. than what we are. Because, like, I've had people, we already had the gig booked, and the owner was like afraid we were going to be a death metal band. And I was like, nah, man, listen to the music. But I remember some other names were thrown around with Hostile, and then we finally settled on Within. And we just, I don't know, just came together.
Very good. Well, that kind of leads me to believe maybe you're a little bad boy in the inside. Maybe a little
right.
bit. Maybe you stole a pack of gum here and there back when you were little. But you're real sorry about it now. You're real sorry about it.
Yeah, that's right.
You have remorse. All right,
Absolutely.
man. I have fun. But okay, you got together 7 years ago, and how long did it take before you gelled and you had a song to put out? Was that first song?
Right at first. I mean, there were several practices for a while that things didn't just come together immediately. But at first, you're trying to write a few things, but you're also trying to play songs. So we were coming together trying to play some cover songs, just to play anything. Like we were playing some Avenged Sevenfold and some Metallica, and eventually that came together, and then we started working on our own stuff. And it took a while to get a signature sound, but we got it.
Well, I mean, Jason Hertl, if you want to be a working band, you can pretty much make it as a cover band. You can play parties. Oh, yeah. You can play corporate events. Is that something you were open to back then, but not now anymore?
We mainly got to the point where it was just like we were more interested in trying to push our music and, open for as many national bands as we can. And we had connections from being in the business for a while and, knew different people. And we were able to do that. It's not like we were out. We didn't want to play every weekend. I could play with one national band and, play in front of more people than, playing every weekend doing the cover thing is fine, but it's just not what we were looking to do. We were really looking to do our own stuff. And I'd rather be known for what we're doing and hopefully, have that big song or two or three, or hopefully more than that, get out there. And, but we still have no problem throwing a occasional cover out there. You want the people to know certain songs. So,
man, that's a leap, Jason Hertl, to bet on yourself. Because you could play other people's music and make a living and work every week. Me, I'm the kind of guy I do want to work every week, 2 or 3 days a week.
I can do that when I retire, and I don't want to do this, and I'm just like, but I still want to play drums, and I'll make some extra money because cover bands normally make pretty good.
Well, I guess yeah, being a drummer, I could see being a guitarist. It's easier to just grab an acoustic guitar and go out and bust. You really can't grab a whole drum set. You would have to be kind of like the guys in Something About Mary, where the one guy was playing guitar and the other one was kind of putting his sticks together, or timbales, or what are those sticks that you bang together?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about with like the brushes.
Yeah, I'm a bad Cubano, man. I know that it's a Cuban thing. I'm from Miami. I'm half Cuban, so I should know what my people play. The 2 sticks, the timbale, the maraca. No, maraca. No, the scritch. You got the scritch too, man. But Hey, I wonder, a drummer could a drummer go out and busk like a guitarist could? Probably not as easily, right?
Yeah, probably not as easy. But there's a lot of cover bands though in Virginia Beach that do really well, and it's just not what we're about at this point.
Well, you tell me who's been you've been putting EPs together. You put your first one together 5 years ago or so. Who put that together? Was that somebody in the band that had a studio, or did you go off and have somebody who had a discerning ear to help you put that together?
Well, there was a local studio in Virginia Beach. We went and recorded, pretty much produced it ourselves. And we do have somebody that does artwork for us, and we put all the stuff together and playing out enough. We had a lot of good photos and stuff, and put some CDs together, and then put everything online. It's available everywhere: Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, Apple Music. It's done really well. But and the newest single, Feel the Pain's doing really well too.
Yeah, I wonder about albums and art, man. I used to love picking up my 12-inch
Yeah.
and looking at album art and looking at liners and when you're on the radio, I've done morning shows and evening shows and various times of the night. But one of my favorite things was, before I put the platter down on the turntable, I would pick up the liner notes and kind of read a little bit to the people.
Yeah, that's that.
Oh, this is Hostile Within. They're a band out of Virginia, and they rock like Breaking Benjamin, and their lead singer is this, and their guitars is that, and just little information for the people before I put that song on. I still love doing that, man, on my radiowhat.com, and I miss albums. And you say you have some CDs. Have the CDs been taken off, or is it all digital these days?
It's kind of just a cool thing to have at a show. More or less, people will get you. They may get it and just get you to sign it. I don't know if they actually listen to it. It's probably more on Spotify and Apple Music, stuff like that. But a lot of times, people just like having some kind of physical copy and a T-shirt or something too.
Yeah, I got various.
It's just good to have something at the show,
It's good to support, live bands, and in particular, live local bands such as yourself. Anybody in your area should go to a show. What's the best way to support you monetarily? I mean, you're trying to get to another level. You got these great songs out there. Now you need that support from the band, from the fans. Give you some money. How do the fans give you some money and get some good stuff out of it?
Check us out. Apple Music, Spotify. I know there's so many ways that you can hear it, or go to our website hostilewithin.com. There's ways. We've got stuff that you can buy merch. We've got T-shirts, hats, beanies, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, after a show, do you set up a merch table to where you can meet the people and sign some stuff?
Absolutely. We set up a merch table at our last gig just a few weeks ago. We sold all kinds of stuff. Actually sold some CDs, believe it or not.
That's one of my favorite things, man. Is
all kinds of T-shirts, man.
After you hear a band just rock, and then you just, wow, I got to meet those people. I want to shake a hand. I guess these days it's fist bump or maybe elbow bump or something.
Yeah. Well, I remember when we opened for Puddle of Mud, we had a huge line at the merch table. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was like we were trying to get our stuff loaded up, and people were like, hurry up and get inside. Because, people were just coming over and just, buying all kinds of stuff. There was a lot of people. There were so many people there. They were like, they didn't even know we were a local band, because they were there to see Puddle of Mud. Then they found out who we were too. And that's what it's all about.
Now, how did you get involved with that? How does a band get to open for Puddle of Mud?
At that particular time, I knew one of the promoters, and she had, I saw the show was coming, and I didn't see that they had an opener. So I contacted her, right time, right place, right time. And she's worked with me on several. And we always bring a decent crowd, and we're professional. I mean, we're always on time. We do our thing. We get off stage on time. We don't disrespect anybody. We sound good. We do what we're supposed to do.
Very good, man. It's nice. And it's nice to have a band that actually shows up on time and is reliable. That's one thing that's going to keep you getting booked again and again and again. Maybe you sound, your sound isn't quite there, but if you show up, you're reliable, on time, that's 50% of it right there, or even more than that. That is, and there's
some bands that'll sound good and they're just not reliable at all.
Just can't.
If you can do it all, that's what it's all about.
That's fantastic. All right, man. Well, let's start to wind this thing up. But I want you to give credit where credit is due. You've talked about quite a few people that have helped you along the way. If you want to give shout outs to some of the folks that have helped you out, and also tell the people, how did you get to be the spokesman for Hostile Within?
Today I was trying to get the other band members. There was just so much going on today that I would have definitely been there, but I was trying to get Billy. He had a bunch of stuff going on at work. My guitar player had a family emergency. So I was, and Jeff, he had something going on too, our bass player, Jeff. But So today you're stuck with me.
Well, technology is great.
You'll get to meet the other guys too.
No, technology is great. This Skype thing, I could Skype several people from several different locations, and we can all have a conversation.
I was trying to get Billy on, but he had some work stuff going on tonight.
Well, Billy, don't lose my number.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know, I definitely want to talk to you guys again and again as time progresses. If you want to promote some of the shows that are coming up in the near future, I definitely want you to do that. But give shout outs and give.
We're working on stuff right now. Nothing's 100% that I can actually announce. And we do have some label interest. So we've got a lot going on at 434. Derek's being a tremendous help. I mean, every day we talk, I don't know what's coming up next, and that's the way I like it.
Wait, label interest? You're gonna give up your amateur status and go pro?
If there's any way in this world, I would be in just a second. I'd be there.
Fantastic. That'll take you to the next level.
We'll see what happens. So can't say anything yet.
Yeah, you're open to that kind of management, that kind of distribution, a nice record label that can push this to the next level. Because you've got great music, you've got a great product. Now you just need more ears to listen to it.
Yes,
and more people to buy it. You
can have the best song in the world. If nobody hears it, you're not doing anything.
It's tough doing it all by yourself. I talked to a lot of independent artists on this thing. Have you ever been signed to a label or had somebody, offer you, here, I'll give you this much money if you'll sign with us?
Yeah. And we haven't done that. This will be our first time. So we'll see what happens. Not going to think too far ahead, but I think some big things are going to happen in the near future.
That's fantastic. Well, give the shout outs to the people that have helped you along the way, or even just your family members. Well, I say just your family members that have helped you out, or anybody that's helped you out along the way.
My girlfriend, Jennifer, is a tremendous help. My stepdaughter, Scarlett. My band members, Billy, the other Jason, and Jeff, Derek at 434. All of the clubs we played in the Virginia Beach area, the Norville, Scandals, I'm forgetting one, Elevation 27. Yeah.
We'll put it on the walking tour, man, for the What Makes You Famous podcast people. Any place you mention, Virginia or any of those places there, give the people a little tour, the places to see, things to see if you were given a tour.
The Norva is a great place.
Great venue, good acoustics.
Great venue.
Plug and play.
Yeah. Great acoustics. That's where we did Pedal of Mud and Bad Wolves. We've done played there a number of times.
Yeah, the setup and the tear down when I'm doing a show, that's the worst part, man. If I can just come in with my turntables and a microphone and plug into somebody's system, that would be fan-bloody-tastic. But most of the time, I'm bringing my mobile PA with me, and I'm going, I got to lug it in one more time.
Being a drummer, I know what it's like about breaking down. But playing those certain places, they get your stuff off stage so quick, man. I love those places.
Yeah, I've seen some drummers that kind of roll things in and roll things out and have a van big enough to where they can roll almost their whole thing intact.
Absolutely.
The dream, man, living the dream.
That's it.
I'd love to have a monster truck that would have speakers that would pop out from the back.
Yeah.
And here I am.
There you go.
Oh, man. All right, my man. Jason Hertl, Hostile Within. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it Hostile because that's the way I've always pronounced it.
Hey, man. Long as you're talking about it, that's all we care about.
All right. You've already told people how to get a hold of you. The hostilewithin.com. That is a fantastic website. Who put that website together?
Check out the Facebook, and that's got everything on it.
Well, who put that website together?
Actually, our singer, Billy Sadler.
Is he Band Vista? It says powered by bandvista.com.
Yeah, it must be. He set everything up there.
But it's fantastic, man. It says everything that they need to know, like buying merch. You can even get your guitar picks there for you guitar enthusiasts.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
and
that's the other thing I'm working on right now with Derek is getting some drumsticks.
Who did the logo?
Getting some drumsticks and having Hostile Within on it.
Who did the Hostile Within logo, man? That's flash.
We went through a bunch of different just different fonts, trying to figure out stuff that didn't look like everybody else, and finally settled on that. And we just and like I said, we do have an artist that does all of our artwork. We've got all kinds of merch as far as T-shirts and the album covers, and we're getting ready to come out with a new one that was the Feel the Pain album cover. So
well, I mean, the skull with the angel wings and just that does make you look like a death metal.
Everybody sees that is just like, oh my God, I want that shirt, and we don't have the shirt, so we got to do it.
What? I just set up a one of those drop ship companies with was it tshirts.com or one of those things, and I set up a drop ship with them, and it these companies for people that are out there that want to get their own T-shirts, and this is by no means an ad for them. You can get them to make your T-shirt, and if they sell it, hey, you make a couple of bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of a cool thing. Symbiotic, man. People helping people, and it's one of the. It's what we need to be doing in this world, is helping each other out. But all right, as we wind this thing down, you've given some shout outs to the people. You've given people a little idea of who Hostile Within is. Any other avenues you want to explore? Anything you want to tell people? Maybe money making endeavors that you want to lead people to?
I'm just looking. I just want people to check us out. Listen to the music, and hopefully just keep your eyes out. If you go to our Facebook, we will be announcing some shows very soon. I think we're going to have some very big ones coming up very soon.
Very good, man. Just Hostile Within, really, at Hostile Within. You've branded it pretty well. The Facebook page is Hostile Within. The Twitter is Hostile Within. You even have the Instagram as Hostile Within. You've done really, really good at branding that Hostile Within name. So don't change it. Never change it.
Okay. Well, thank you.
And all right, as we wind this thing down, let's let you get out of here. I don't want this to be the last time we talk. Like I said, get some news,
and we'll get the guys up here, and we'll have a good time.
Absolutely, man. You don't even have to be in the same room. Technology's great, man. This Skype thing. I've Skyped people from all over the world at the same time. There's bands that aren't even in the same country. That collaborate.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
It is, man. It's hard to. It's got to make it harder to tour for sure. But all right, Jason, Hertl. Hostile Within. I want you to give the last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, or just whatever pops up into your head at this moment in time. Jason, Hertl, Hostile Within. Give the last words for the people.
To be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! Had to throw Ric Flair in.
Well, there you have it, party people. Jason Hertl, the drummer, the backbeat for the Hostile Within. Check them out at hostilewithin.com, or just, man, put Hostile Within all jammed together in your Googles, and you'll find all their social medias, man. The Hostile Within website is built very well, and it has all their socials right there on the bottom of the homepage. Lets you know their Facebook, their Twitter, their YouTube, their Apple, and their Reverb Nation. Now for the Instagram, and this is a shout out to the person that's building the website, put the Instagram on there too. I had to look it up. Hostile Within. Look it up. It's good, man. They rock, but they don't rock so hard that your ears bleed. I guess they can if they want to, but they rock so you can listen to them all night long. Yeah, it's good stuff. Thank you, Jason Hertl of the Hostile Within, for being on the What Makes You Famous podcast. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, yes, I'm turning my attention to you. If you would like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for me. It's Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.